All right, ladies, let's talk about something that often gets whispered about in hushed tones, or let's be honest, completely ignored. What truly makes a man's world rock in the bedroom, specifically when you're giving him some attention. Now, before some of you clutch your pearls, understand this isn't about becoming a freak or doing anything you're not comfortable with. This is about unlocking a deeper level of intimacy, connection, and mind-blowing pleasure for both of you, because when you know how to truly turn him on in this specific way, you're not just pleasing him, you're building a bond, a secret language of passion that very few couples ever discover. You see, for men, this act isn't just physical, it's often deeply tied to their sense of masculinity, their primal urges, and their desire to be desired in a way that's almost sacred. When you master the art of the down-low delight, you're tapping into something profound. You're showing him you're adventurous, that you care about his pleasure, and that you're willing to explore the depths of intimacy together. And trust me, that's a turn on that extends far beyond the bedroom. It builds confidence in him, makes him feel utterly adored, and reinforces the idea that you are his woman in every delicious sense of the word. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Matthew, what are we, in a porno? Absolutely not. This is real life, real connection, and real pleasure. This is about elevating your intimate life from good enough to, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. It's about becoming his ultimate fantasy, not by changing who you are, but by understanding a few key principles that will make him utterly addicted to your touch. And when I say addicted, I mean in the best possible way, where he can't stop thinking about you, can't wait to get home to you, and feels a connection so deep it transcends the physical. So let's dive into the 5 moves that will transform your intimate game, starting with the absolute cornerstone of making his world explode. Number 1, the slow tease entrance, building anticipation to a fever pitch. This isn't about rushing in like a bull in a china shop. This is about the art of the slow burn, the delicious agony of anticipation. Imagine a master chef preparing a gourmet meal. They don't just dump all the ingredients on a plate. They build the flavors layer by layer. Your entrance needs to be the same. Start with your hands. Gently caress his inner thighs, tracing lines upwards, getting closer and closer to the main event without quite getting there. Use your fingertips light and feathery, sending shivers down his spine. Then, when you finally get to the good stuff, don't dive in headfirst. Use your breath. A warm, soft breath across his jewels can be incredibly stimulating. A gentle brush of your lips, a light kiss on his shaft, or even just hovering tantalizingly close, letting the heat of your breath play over him. The key here is not to make direct contact with your mouth immediately. Let your hands do the preliminary work, getting him hard and throbbing, ready for what's to come. This builds a mental anticipation that makes the eventual contact all the more electrifying. He's wondering, is she going to? When is she going to? And that mental game is half the fun. It makes him feel desired, pursued, and completely at your mercy. When you finally do make contact, whether it's with your tongue or your lips, the sensation will be magnified tenfold because you've expertly primed him for it. This isn't just about the physical act, it's about the psychological foreplay that makes him absolutely desperate for your touch. Number 2, the tongue twister, mastering the art of varied oral pleasure. All right, ladies, this is where the magic really happens. Too many women think going down is just one thing, a continuous up and down motion. Wrong. Think of your tongue as a multi-talented instrument capable of a symphony of sensations. First, the tip of your tongue is your secret weapon. Use it for light, flicking motions around the head of his soldier. Imagine you're painting with it, lightly tracing the rim, circling, teasing. This can be incredibly sensitive and stimulating. Don't be afraid to add a little suction here and there, a gentle pull with your lips. Then you've got the flat of your tongue. This is great for broader, more encompassing strokes along the shaft, applying a bit more pressure. Vary the speed and pressure constantly. Go from slow, languid licks to quicker, more intense movements. Don't forget the underside. Many men find the frenulum, that little ridge underneath the head, incredibly sensitive. A gentle flick or a sustained lick here can send him over the edge. And crucially, use your throat. This is where deep throating comes in. But it's not about forcing it or making it uncomfortable. It's about using your throat's natural warmth and suction to create an all-encompassing sensation. Practice relaxing your jaw and letting him dictate the depth. The combination of your tongue, lips, and throat working in concert, creating different pressures and sensations, will make him feel like he's in heaven. Think of it as a dance where your tongue is leading, constantly surprising him with new moves. It's not about being aggressive. It's about being creative and attentive to his reactions. Number 3, the ballroom Blitz. Don't forget the family jewels now. This is where many women miss a huge opportunity to elevate their game. It's called going down for a reason, and that reason isn't just the main event. His testicles, often overlooked, are incredibly sensitive and integral to his overall pleasure. Ignoring them is like ordering a steak dinner and only eating the fries. You're missing out on a huge part of the experience! Use your hands to cup them gently, stroking and squeezing lightly. A light tug can be surprisingly arousing for some men, so pay attention to his reactions. But don't just stop at your hands. Your tongue and lips can work wonders here too. A gentle lick or kiss on his sack, especially as you're moving up and down his shaft, can be incredibly sensual and add a whole new dimension of pleasure. The warmth of your mouth, the soft texture of your tongue playing over his balls will drive him absolutely wild. Think of it as creating a full body experience for him where no sensitive area is left unattended. This shows him you're not just focused on one thing, you're dedicated to his complete pleasure from top to bottom. It's an intimate gesture that says, I see all of you and I desire all of you. And that, my friends, is a powerful message to send in the bedroom. It's about being comprehensive, being thorough, and truly exploring every inch of his pleasure zones. Number 4, the rhythm and blues, varying speed, pressure, and G-force consistency in this context is boring. Predictability is the enemy of passion. You need to be a master of rhythm, a DJ of desire, constantly mixing up the tempo and intensity. Don't just stick to one speed or one pressure. Start slow and deliberate, building the tension. Then suddenly ramp it up with faster, more intense strokes. Then, just as he's about to lose it, pull back slightly, slowing down, teasing him, making him beg for more. The contrast between slow and fast, gentle and firm, is what will drive him absolutely wild. Use your hands to help with this, stroking his shaft while your mouth is working, adding another layer of sensation. And don't forget the force, the deep, sustained pressure that comes from your throat. When you really want to make him groan, try a prolonged, deep suck, holding it for a few seconds before releasing. This can be incredibly intense and satisfying. The goal is to keep him guessing, to keep him on the edge, constantly wondering what delicious sensation you're going to introduce next. This isn't just about mechanics, it's about playing with his senses, controlling the pace, and taking him on a roller coaster ride of pleasure. The more you vary your technique, the more engaging and thrilling the experience will be for him. The grand finale, the art of the climactic build, up and follow through, okay, this is where you bring it all home. As you feel him getting closer, and you'll know, trust me, his body will tell you this is not the time to back off. This is the time to go all in, increase the intensity, the speed, the depth, really lean into it, giving him everything you've got. If you've been using a lot of tongue, incorporate more suction and throat. If you've been gentle, become a bit more aggressive, in the best possible way. The goal is to push him over the edge, to give him an explosion of pleasure he won't soon forget. And then once he's finished, don't immediately pull away. This is crucial for intimacy. Linger for a moment. Keep your mouth on him, feeling the aftershocks of his climax, a gentle kiss, a soft caress, a whisper in his ear. That was amazing, can be incredibly powerful. It shows him that you're not just there for the climax, but for the entire experience, and that you cherish the intimacy of that moment. This follow-through reinforces the connection, making him feel loved, adored, and utterly satisfied. It's about creating a lingering feeling of warmth and connection that extends long after the physical act is over. It turns a purely physical experience into something deeply emotional and bonding. So don't just clock out after the eruption. Stay with him, savor the aftermath, and let him feel the full weight of your passion and devotion. There you have it, ladies. 5 key moves that will transform your intimate moments and make you an absolute legend in the bedroom. This isn't just about technique, it's about confidence, creativity, and a genuine desire to connect with your man on a deeper, more passionate level. When you master these, you're not just giving him pleasure, you're building an undeniable bond, a secret language of love and desire that will make him utterly devoted to you. So go forth, experiment, communicate, and most importantly, have fun exploring the delicious depths of intimacy. All right, let's keep this masterclass in pleasure rolling. We've covered the foundational moves, the stuff that'll get him revved up and ready for takeoff. But now we're going to dive into the nuances, the little extras that elevate your game from good to unforgettable. Because as I always say, it's the details, the thoughtful touches, that truly separate the average from the absolutely extraordinary. We're not just aiming for satisfaction here, we're aiming for obsession, for him to be utterly consumed by the memory of your touch. Remember, intimacy is a dance, a conversation without words, and just like any good conversation, it needs ebb and flow, surprises, and moments of intense connection. It's about being present, attuned to his reactions, and willing to push the boundaries of pleasure in a way that feels natural and exciting for both of you. So get ready to add these next 5 power moves to your arsenal, because these are the ones that will truly engrave your name in his mind as the ultimate pleasure provider. These aren't just about what you do, they're about how you do it, the intention behind your actions, and the sheer magnetic force you generate when you unleash your inner goddess of desire. This might sound simple, but it's often the most overlooked and yet profoundly powerful element of intimate encounters. When you're down there giving him the works, don't just stare blankly at his stomach or close your eyes. Look up, meet his gaze, let your eyes communicate what your mouth is doing. A knowing smirk, a look of intense concentration, a flicker of pure desire in your eyes. These silent signals are incredibly potent. Eye contact during this intimate act is a direct conduit to his soul. It tells him, I see you, I'm here with you, and I'm utterly enjoying giving you this pleasure. It transforms the act from a purely physical sensation into a deeply personal, emotional connection. When you look into his eyes while you're working your magic, you're not just stimulating him physically, you're stimulating his mind, his heart. He sees your desire, your passion, and it makes him feel utterly cherished and wanted. A gentle smile, a playful wink, or even just holding his gaze with a look of intense pleasure on your face. These are the non-verbal cues that scream confidence, sex appeal, and an unshakable connection. It makes him feel like he's sharing an incredibly intimate secret with you, something truly special. So don't be shy. Lock eyes with him. Let him see the fire in your soul and watch how it elevates the entire experience to a whole new level of intimacy and excitement. It's a reminder that this isn't just about his body. It's about both of you, completely intertwined in this moment of raw, unadulterated passion. While your mouth is the star of the show, your hands are the incredible supporting cast that can truly elevate the performance. Don't just let them lie idly by his sides. Your hands are a powerful tool for enhancing sensation and building anticipation. While you're working on him, use your hands to gently cup his balls, giving them a light squeeze or stroke. As we discussed, his family jewels are incredibly sensitive, and incorporating hand play here adds another layer of pleasure. But don't stop there. Run your hands up and down his inner thighs, or gently caress his abs and chest. Lightly scratch his lower back, or even thread your fingers through his hair. The key is to keep his entire body engaged in the experience. These added touches send shivers through him, distracting him just enough to intensify the sensations from your mouth. They also make him feel utterly surrounded by your touch, enveloped in your desire. It's about creating a full body experience, a symphony of sensations that leaves no stone unturned in the pursuit of his ultimate pleasure. Your hands can apply pressure, stroke, tease, and gently guide, all while your mouth is doing its incredible work. This multi-sensory approach ensures that he is completely lost in the moment, utterly consumed by the pleasure you're orchestrating. It tells him, I'm not just focused on one thing, I'm here to worship every inch of your desire. This is a high-level move, a psychological game that, when played right, will drive him absolutely mad with desire. Just when you've got him completely enthralled, totally lost in the rhythm of your mouth, pull back. Not completely, but just enough to break contact for a fleeting moment. Hover above him, maintaining eye contact, maybe a mischievous smile on your face, letting him stew in his anticipation for just a second or two. Then slowly, tantalizingly, return to the fray. This tease and retreat move is incredibly effective because it plays on his primal desire. It builds tension, makes him crave your touch even more intensely, and ensures he's not taking your presence for granted. It's like stopping a perfect song mid-chorus and then dropping the beat back in with even more intensity. The brief withdrawal heightens the pleasure when you return, making the sensation even more potent. It's a playful power move that puts you in control, demonstrating your mastery of his pleasure. Just be mindful of his reactions. You want to tease, not frustrate him completely. The goal is to make him desperate for your return, not to annoy him. This calculated withdrawal shows confidence, a knowing playfulness that makes you even more irresistible. It signals that you know exactly what you're doing and you're enjoying every moment of teasing him towards pure ecstasy. We often focus on the visual and tactile aspects of intimacy, but don't underestimate the power of sound. This isn't just about him groaning or moaning, although that's a great sign. It's about your sounds, a soft hum of pleasure as you work, a gentle moan of satisfaction, even a playful sigh. These can be incredibly arousing for a man. It tells him that you're enjoying what you're doing, that his body is exciting you, and that you're just as invested in this pleasure as he is. Whisper something dirty in his ear as you come up for air. Tell him how good he feels, how much you love doing this to him. You feel so good. I love this. You're so hard for me. These simple phrases whispered in the heat of the moment can ignite a different kind of fire in him. It's not just about the physical act anymore. It's about the psychological reinforcement, the verbal affirmation that he is rocking your world too. The sound of your pleasure is a powerful aphrodisiac, validating his desirability and making him feel like the ultimate stud. It creates an atmosphere of shared pleasure where both of you are actively participating in the symphony of sensation. So don't be silent, let your pleasure be heard, and watch how it amplifies his own. This is where you get truly creative and adventurous. Think about varying temperatures and textures to introduce surprising and exhilarating sensations. For example, a momentary lick with an ice cube. Be quick, gentle, and avoid direct contact with sensitive areas for too long, followed by the warmth of your mouth can be an incredible contrast. Or if you're feeling really bold, a small amount of edible warming oil applied to your lips or his shaft can create a whole new level of heat and sensation. Beyond temperature, think about texture. A feather light touch with your hair as you move around, the soft brush of your clothes against his skin, or even using a small, soft cloth if you're really experimenting can introduce surprising new elements. The goal is to keep his senses on high alert, to constantly introduce novel stimuli that keep him engaged and utterly captivated. This isn't about throwing everything at him, but about strategically introducing new elements that enhance the experience. It shows him you're adventurous, willing to experiment, and deeply invested in discovering every facet of his pleasure. It transforms the act into an unforgettable sensory journey, proving that you're a connoisseur of pleasure, constantly seeking new ways to blow his mind. Experiment, be playful, and discover what truly makes his senses sing. There you have it, another 5 game-changing moves to add to your repertoire. These aren't just techniques, they're expressions of intimacy, desire, and a deep understanding of what truly makes a man tick. Embrace them, practice them, and watch as your intimate life transforms into something truly extraordinary. You're not just giving him pleasure, you're crafting an experience, building a memory, and forging a connection that will bind him to you in the most delicious ways imaginable. Now, let's move on to the grand finale, the ultimate tips that will make you truly unforgettable. Now, if what we've talked about today has sparked a fire in you, if you're ready to unlock even more secrets to magnetic attraction and truly extraordinary relationships, then you know what to do. Don't just absorb this information, act on it. And the best way to keep that momentum going, to continually elevate your dating and relationship game, is to become a part of our community. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join the thousands of incredible women who are already transforming their love lives. This isn't just about fleeting tips, it's about a complete mindset shift, a journey to becoming the most confident, desirable, and empowered version of yourself. So if you're serious about creating the kind of passionate, fulfilling relationship you truly deserve, then let's continue this journey together. Hit subscribe and let's make magic happen.